Hello students, this is Mrs. K. Today we're discussing paragraph writing. So paragraph writing is really important for us this term because you need to be able to write your paragraphs about the different reading comprehension strategies that we've been learning. So we've learned about visualization, we've learned about synthesizing, we've learned about inferring. These are the three different strategies, and you're going to write 2 paragraphs about each one. So it's 2 paragraphs about synthesizing, 1 paragraph telling me what synthesizing is, so explaining to me what it is, and the 2nd paragraph telling me about how you use synthesizing when you are reading. So you'll give me examples, you'll give me a little bit about how it works for you, and perhaps a bit of an assessment of how well you think you're working to use synthesizing in your reading. And then you'll do the same for inferring. You'll write 1 paragraph that explains inferring, and the 2nd paragraph will be all about the ways that you use inference in your reading. Okay, and then there'll be another paragraph that will be about visualization. 1 paragraph that explains visualization and 1 paragraph that tells me about how you use visualization. And so you see, altogether you will write 6 paragraphs to explain the reading comprehension strategies and how you use them. 6 paragraphs altogether. Okay, so we've been learning a lot about how paragraphs work, haven't we? Now I'm just getting out some of my paperwork here so that we can talk about the different things that we've already looked at in paragraph writing. So we've started by saying that a paragraph is like a hamburger in that we've got that top bun, a bit of an introduction, tells us what's going to happen in the paragraph or what your point of view is, something like that. And then we've got all of the different fillings, the parts that go in the middle. That's where you explain, you elaborate, you give us examples, those sorts of things. And then your conclusion, which will always link back up to your topic sentence, to your first part. It will always kind of go back and recap that, but bringing in the elements of what you've said along the way. Okay, so let's just look at that again. Parts of a paragraph. First of all, we've got the top bun, the topic sentence. Then we've got the filling, first supporting detail, second supporting detail, third supporting detail, and finally we have the bottom bun. So we're calling that the concluding sentence, which always, see how it's made of bread? The top bit's bread, the bottom bit's bread. That's because this bit here links back up to that bit. Always remember, it's got to come back and explain that a little bit more or recap on what you said in your topic sentence right at the beginning. Okay, now as well as that, we've got this. If you would like some more copies of this, we can always get you out some more of these. This tells us a topic sentence, a supporting sentence 2, supporting sentence 3, and then a concluding sentence. And this is how we can plan. If you work this way, you're going to find writing a paragraph not as hard as you thought. In fact, right now, I'm going to tell you about one of my little tricks that I like to do when I have to do writing. When I have some writing like this to do, what I would even do is I would actually write the word topic, and next to that I'd write explain inferring, or what is inferring, because that's the topic of this, isn't it? Okay, so I'll just put that in there. Now that's not going to go into my actual paragraph, but it tells me what I will write a sentence about there. Then I'll think detail. What's the first detail I'm going to write about inferring? And here I might even just write 2 words to start with, because that's to remind me what that sentence is going to be about. This one, I'd actually write 2 words, maybe 2, 3, 4, whatever, just a couple of words just to remind me what I'm going to write that next detail about. My next detail, what is that next detail going to be about? And my concluding sentence, just a couple of words to remind me what my conclusion will be. So a conclusion means what did you end up deciding, doesn't it? So what does all of that tell us? And of course that will always link back up to the topic sentence. Okay, so if I were you, I'd think about that. Perhaps you're going to want to do something like that, where I just will take a piece of paper, it's turned over so it's a blank piece of paper, and I'd write topic, and then I'd write 2 or 3 words. Detail 1, 2 or 3 words, just to remind me what is the first thing I want to tell people about inference. Next detail, 2 or 3 words. What's a different thing that I want to tell people about inferring? And detail 3, what's another thing I want to tell people about inferring? And then finally at the bottom, my conclusion. A couple of things, just a couple of words to tell me what is my conclusion about inferring. What do I know about inferring, given all of what we've already looked at? Then I can put that piece of paper aside and I can start to write. And I can look at it and go, okay, let's... Now remember, when you write, you're not going to sit down and just write this paragraph all at once. Bing, 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 bing. Here comes and there's my perfect paragraph. Of course not. You've written that bit, now you're going to write another bit where you'll have a go at each of those sentences. Try to write a sentence about each one of those things, and then put that one aside. Now you might be ready to write your actual paragraph. Okay, so first of all, you need to know what your structure is going to be. Then just write a couple of words about each one of those different detail items. You know, what is your topic? What is your detail 1? What is detail 2? Then actually write that sentence about each of those things. See if you can try writing a sentence. It doesn't have to be a perfect sentence because you're not writing your final paragraph yet. You're just working on your planning. You're just getting it going. Don't try to write a perfect paragraph straight away because you won't. It doesn't work like that. Nobody can just write perfect paragraphs straight away. We pretty much all have to have a bit of a go and come back and try again. Now, I'm going to do another lesson about how that all works for you for week 8, so that you'll be able to come and have a look at that when it's time for you to actually write your final paragraphs and submit them. Come and have a look at that video, and then you'll be able to go and have a look at what you've done and see if maybe you can make it even a little bit better. Okay, here's something else that can really, really help you with your planning. We've got these forms in your books. If you would like more of these forms, I'd be very happy to get them out to you. This is the informative paragraph planning template. Okay. First of all, you need an introductory sentence to introduce the subject using a clear topic sentence. So introduce the subject here. You're going to, at first, you won't be able to just write a full sentence straight away, but eventually you'll write a full sentence for yourself. And then you'll have fact 1. Just start by writing a couple of words. Fact 2, a couple of words, a couple of words. Later on, you're going to develop into a full sentence, but right now, just get a couple of words written down about that fact. What's the first fact, the second fact, and the third fact that you know about inferring? And then, finally, a concluding sentence. So even just a couple of words to start with, but then once you've got those couple of words later on, you'll be able to much more easily write that sentence. Remember, you can't do it all at once. You can't do it in one hit. Writing is like this. Writing is something that grows. It's like a plant, that you plant a seed when you're doing your planning. That's like a little seed. You don't come out the next day and yell at the seed because it's not a tree, do you? No, so writing is a lot like that. You're going to plant a seed that is the start of what you will be writing much later on. To start with, you're just planting a seed of an idea of what it is I want to say, how I'm going to say it. And then you'll have a go, have a bit of a try at writing a sentence on each one of the different things. And then you'll do a little bit more. Now, one last thing before we go, I want you to have a look at right at the back of your learning materials on writing. You will be able to find right near the back, you'll be able to find a great big blue poster page. That's terrific. Now, I'd love to, I could even laminate this for you to have in your house on your wall, because this is a fantastic way to do writing. And I spoke to Miss Appleton, who teaches the English in our high school here. She's our English head of departments. She's very important. And I asked her, what do you want these primary school children to know about writing before they get to high school, about how to write a paragraph well? And she said, well, this is what I use with the high school. This is the way that I teach it, and this is a great way. I like Miss Appleton's thinking. She says we need to use the T's structure. See how we've got 3 E's in there? E's structure. Okay. So I like what Mrs. Appleton's thinking. She says, first of all, have a topic sentence. Tell me what this piece of writing is about. Next, have an elaboration sentence. So tell us a bit more what the topic is about. Then give us a sentence that's about the evidence. So topic, and then elaborate. So first we write about the topic, then we elaborate, so we tell us more. Elaborate means give more information. And then we're going to do our evidence or example sentence. So we're going to show evidence or an example of that. Okay? So evidence. And then we're going to explain it all a bit more, explain how that evidence or example supports this topic. And then finally, we're going to summarise everything that we've said, especially we're going to say our topic sentence, but we link these things into our topic sentence. Okay, so you know what? This is something that you have got, pardon me, years and years to work on. You have got years to work on this because we will always be coming back and working on writing paragraphs and getting a little bit better at them. But we do want to get a bit better every year. That's how you will end up being a fantastic writer. That's how you will be able to, in your job, write things that explain clearly to people the things they need to know, or in when you go to university, that you will be able to do your university essays really well because you will have been practicing doing them for years. Just like this, getting better and better and better with every grade that you go through. So that's why we're working on it now. Okay, that's all I'm going to say today about writing your paragraph about inference, your paragraphs, because remember there will be two of them. One will be all explaining what inference actually is. The other one will be all about how you use inference. Okay, so don't forget you can use this for your informative paragraph notes. And also I have another page in the back of your work that is called What I Have Learned About, say, Inference. And here you make a statement, explain and give evidence. You're a statement, explain and give evidence. And writing things down in here, those notes will really help you when it comes time to writing your paragraph. So I hope you'll use the worksheets that I've given you. All these bits of paper and all of these video lessons are here to help you. Please do email me or give me a call if there's anything that you would like me to explain more for you, and I'll certainly try to do that. Okay, bye. I hope you have a great day.